if you're under 30, so here's how this all came up. When I did that broadcast saying that in China, the Chinese government, not Kevin Samuels, the Chinese government has formally designated that women over 27 years old who are unmarried, they have a term for them. It's called leftover women. Xing Yu or Xing Yi or something like that, okay? Leftover women. And there is a big push to get these folks married. And I'm asked, and so I said, what is the equivalent in the United States? Well, in the United States, we have the danger zone. Ages 27 to 35, where you need to focus like a laser on the outcomes you want if you are a woman. I've talked about that for a long time. The danger zone. But there is also an equivalent for American women to be leftovers. Leftovers. And the whole concept is not intended to, well, yeah, it is intended to jab at you. It's intended to let you know where you're at in the market. Because men automatically think that if you're over 30 years old and attractive and unmarried, something's wrong with you. But if you get to 35, what message does that send to men? That you're out of the market. So these are the women I refer to as leftover, and they got upset. Well, no different than when I talk about, geriatric pregnancy, and women get mad when I mention the term geriatric pregnancy, and I'm like, well, I didn't come up with that term. Your OBGYN came up with that. This is not about me. So, ladies, understand something. If you're upset that the fact that you're being classified or whatever, you're going to have to get over it, because my question is this. All right, ladies, whether you like it or not, over 35, you're unmarried. The older you get, the higher up you go, the fewer and fewer men, single men there are. Every woman can't have a man. So I'm asking, what are the solutions? I said, how about sharing a man? Or women lost their mind on that. The funny thing is, older women lost their mind on it. But if you notice that women under 35, a lot of them are like, I've been in a poly relationship. I'm kind of good with it. Because younger women are starting to realize that they don't want Hassan King. Average guys are the biggest supporters. For sure, man. That's why I never talk shit about average men. But I'm also tell men, you know what? Just know what the market is. You get men out here who are average, hard-working, salt-of-the-earth men, and they get shit on just because they ain't driving a BMW. That's crazy. But then you also look across cultures, and it's Hispanic women marry average men. He'll work first shift, she'll work third shift. And it seems to be really pronounced in our community, where women over a certain age, over 40, they ain't settling for, they don't want anything other than what they want. They want a man of a certain economic caliber, a certain social calendar, certain education, everything else. And that's why I'm like, what are y'all mad about? Because we're talking about it. And what they're mad about is the reality that their future is so bright, their career future is so bright, but their relationship prospects are darkening. So what's the alternative, ladies? What's the alternative? Because here's what it comes right down to. Whatever it is you want as a woman, fine. But you got to ask yourself what the men want. And one of the most common refrains I've heard from men today are women today are just simply too hard. Women over 30 are just too difficult. Women over 30 are too difficult. But I'm going to say over 35. Women over 35 are too hard. You're too demanding. You require too much. You expect too much. You give too little. And men don't want to deal with that. You know how many times I talk to men and they're like, I went out with a woman who was 37 years old and I felt like I was being interrogated. Then I went out with a woman who's 26 and we had fun. Ladies, whether you like it or not, you're not fun. You're too hard. Older women are too hard. And see, what you hear a lot of older women say is, I do that because my standards. Y'all want to get out here with these younger girls because they want you for your money. Well, you want us for our money too. So older women want you for your money, younger women want you for your money. All women want you for your money in some form or fashion. That's not a differentiation. Or you just want a young girl because she's naive and she's easy to deal with. Yes, 100%. Yes, that's why we want a younger woman, because they still have some hope. They're happy. They're light. They're easy to deal with. They're not as demanding. And the reason they're not as demanding is because they're not as entitled. I wanted to bring this conversation in because I posted on Facebook earlier, and I said, all right, ladies, here's your shot. What do you say that I get wrong? And most of the things I asked about had to do with the man. You get and then there was one person that said, well, the notion that a single woman needs a man to survive. And I'm like, that is simple math. If you're talking about an entire lifestyle, a middle-class woman won't have enough money to live on through retirement. But I want you to understand that the longer any human being does something, the easier it is for you to start doing it. Women today have been single for so long and talking this they don't need a man stuff, to where men are basically luxury items, amenities, accessories, or add-ons. You don't think of us as required. And you need to understand, ladies, that you come into the market with that attitude. And I want you to understand, go to Facebook and look at the comments. See, when I asked the questions on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is a younger, more female platform. The comments on the same question are much more different. On Facebook, it is an older platform. And on Facebook, it is a nuclear holocaust. And you look at the profiles, and they are women